Shay here. I'm going to give it, see if people are going to log on. If you're coming on, drop in the comments where you are tuning in from. If you're just coming in, drop in the comments where you're watching from. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. Where you're watching from. I don't even know what time it is. I thought this was on. What did I do? It's completely off. Huh? Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gonna give it a few minutes. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get started. There we go. I'll give it a few minutes. Be back. Hello. Hey, April. How are you, Mama? Thanks for tuning in. I just got started, so I'm going to give it a few more minutes to see if some more people are going to join. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Maybe about 2 or 3 more minutes. Why don't you drop where you're from in the comments where you're listening from? Drop where you're listening from. Awesome timing. Yes, I wanted to make sure I was on time. Okay. Atlanta in the building. Atlanta, welcome. If you're just joining, drop in the comments where you're listening from. We're just going to give it a few more minutes. I'm going to see if we get any more to join. What time is it? 7:02. So we'll give it a couple more minutes. Hi, Brittany. Thanks for joining. I'm just going to give it probably about 1 more minute, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Happy Friday, everybody. Aren't you guys glad that it's Friday? I am. It's been a long week. A very long week. How has your Friday been? Yes. This week just seems like it was dragging, right? So thank God for Friday. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So this live, I wanted to talk a little bit about why 3 reasons why you need to know how to navigate nursing, right? So why nursing and why do you need to know? Yes, a very long week. Why you need to know how to navigate nursing, right? This is not a field that you just want to jump into. You want to kind of do your research and pick a school based on a certain criteria, right? So I'm going to discuss those 3 reasons, and then I'm going to open up for you guys to ask any questions. If you're just joining, in the comments, go ahead and let us know where you're joining from. We got Atlanta, we got Conyers. It's exciting. So we're going to talk a little bit about why you need to know how to navigate nursing, right? So number one, once you finish a nursing program, you will have to take a postgraduate exam. This exam is called the NCLEX, NCLEX. You guys may be a little bit familiar with this, but this is an exam that you take once you finish nursing school, and you have to pass this exam in order to practice as a nurse, right? In order to get to the exam, in order to get to the point of sitting and taking the exam, you have to graduate from an accredited school and one that is board approved, right? So that is number one, why you want to make sure that you're navigating nursing in a particular way. You want to not just Google search and find a nursing program. You want to make sure that it is actually an accredited school. You want to make sure that it is approved through the Board of Nursing. You want to make sure that they have a high NCLEX pass rate. You want to make sure that, and that's what I meant by like crossing your T's and dotting your I's with the nursing programs, right? If you guys are not following me on social media, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Nurse D Porche. I shared there about a future nurse who reached out to me just about a struggle that she's having. So she sat through a 2-year program, spending over $60,000, and she's at the point where she can't sit for NCLEX, right? Because of 2 very important criteria that later on I'm going to mention how you can learn about, finding how to find this information, right? So yeah, she sat through a 2-year program and spent $60,000, and now she's at the point where she cannot sit for the NCLEX, right? And in order to sit for the NCLEX, you have to make sure that your school meet 2 very important criteria, which I'm going to discuss, right? So that is number 1. Number 2, you can't get licensed as a nurse, right? If you find a school, and a lot of times people are opening these schools and they're not following the criteria that it has to follow within the state and the federal government in order to offer these programs, right? So you need to make sure that it is a legitimate program before you attempt these programs, because it takes time, right? Nursing school is not an easy program. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's not easy. It's a lifestyle change, really, to sit and become a nurse. It's not an easy thing. And so when you enter this, you're really giving up a lot, right? You're giving up your life for a moment while you're studying nursing. And though I was able to finish it for free, that's not the case for everyone. So you're also paying a lot of money for these programs. So you want to make sure that it's a legitimate one. You want to make sure that you're going to a good school and you'll be able to attain what you're going to the school for, right? So you want to be able to get licensed as a nurse. That is very, very important, right? You want to be able to take your NCLEX and then get licensed within your state to practice as a nurse. So these are very, very important things to consider when you're looking for a school. Now, number 3, though this is not something that you, go start a program and expect to do, it does happen sometimes, right? You may start a program and for whatever reason, you decide to switch schools. Maybe you had to move for personal reasons, emergencies, whatever the case may be. If your school don't meet these important criteria, you won't be able to transfer your credits, right? You can complete these courses and then you won't be able to transfer it to another school if they are not accredited or approved by the Board of Nursing. So these are 2 very, very, very important things that has to be considered when you're selecting a nursing program, right? So these are the 3 things that I shared. Number 1, you want to be able to take the NCLEX. You don't want to go through a 2-year program and then get to the point where you can't take NCLEX, right? And then number two, you want to make sure that you're getting licensed once you do take the NCLEX. And number three, you want to make sure that you can transfer your courses if you need to do that, right? So these are the three reasons. I'm not going to keep you guys too long, but I just wanted to make sure that I share, because I put out an ebook recently, right? And how to find LPN programs within your state, right? But people didn't know why that was important. So I just wanted to make a quick live and just explain those three reasons and why it's very, very important to make sure that your program has these criteria met, right? So that if you need to, you can transfer, you can go to another school, whatever the case may be. So do you guys have any questions for me? If you have any questions, put it down in the comments and I'm going to answer questions about these three things. And also tell me, are you guys interested in starting an LPN program? Tell me what process you're in right now for that. Do you have a school in mind that you're thinking of? Are you kind of just searching right now? Have you already entered and you're working on your classes? Let me know. Very interested. Searching, okay. So if you're searching for a school, this is like the perfect book to kind of look at and help you to navigate and find, an accredited and an approved school. So I'm going to put the book in the description of this video so that you guys can go over and check it out. I didn't want to just put the link. Yes, I'll share the link. I think I could do it. Okay, I'm not sure how to do it here. So I'll put it in the description of this video, the link to the ebook. But yeah, because it's very important. So the ebook, I didn't just, in addition to putting like the specific states within the U.S. and the particular links that take you to the board approved schools, I wanted to teach how to find them, right? How to research particular board approved programs, as well as finding the accredited schools. So you don't want to just do a random Google search and type in LPN schools in blah, blah state. You want to make sure that you're bringing up accurate programs, actually legitimate programs. So I would go straight to the Board of Nursing websites, right? So in this book, I put the links to where you can go directly to certain Board of Nursing websites, and I also explain how to bring them up, okay? Okay. Okay. No. That's what I'm here for. I want you to ask your questions so that I could help you gear on the right track. So it says that your end result is RN, right? And you're at GPTC. That's the school that I went to for LPN. I highly recommend GPTC. Awesome instructors, and the program is intense, but it helps you, especially if your goal is RN. That set the perfect foundation for me. And it was completely free. So I recommend GPTC all the way. You want to do something that you can start sooner in the medical field? Okay, so do you mean something that you can kind of like work right now while you're working on your LPN? Like something like a CNA or along those lines? Because how long is the CNA program at GPTC? I think it's about 6 months. Okay. I would recommend going straight, maybe MA. I don't recommend doing MA. It's about the same length as the LPN program. So to me, if your goal is to be an RN, I do not recommend going the MA route. I say stick with LPN because they're about the same or about the same length of time. And then once you finish your LPN, you can go to the school that I went to, Albany State University, and there's more in Georgia, Oconee Fall Line being the second one, where you can do the LPN to RN bridge program. Now, once you do that, that's just 1 day a week. So you can, I literally worked the whole time with my LPN license while I worked on my RN, because it was just 1 day a week. So I know it's like, oh, I just want something right now. But if that's your route, like if that's your end goal, RN, I definitely say go LPN. Go LPN. Once you actually get into the program, just take your time working on your prereqs. Don't be in a rush. Don't feel like you have to do it immediately. Work on your prereqs, and then once you actually enter the program, then it's go time. It's gonna be go time, Brittany. But you could do it. You can definitely do it, and it's gonna lay a perfect foundation for when you bridge to the LPN. I can definitely understand needing to work. See, no, $40,000? No, ma'am. That's how much some RN programs are. That's way too much. No. I literally did the LPN program for free, Brittany. You got to get this book, just so you can get familiar with what you're looking for with these LPN programs, right? It's only $10. I made it super cheap because I kept getting messages about how, I kept getting messages about how people were like getting in these programs, paying all this money, right? And like the situation like the young lady that I mentioned, where she paid $60,000 and now she can't take her NCLEX. So I'm like, I need to create something where people know how to look for these programs, right? Okay, so they accepted you to the school, right? If you're working on your prereqs, they accepted you to the college. So once you're accepted into the college, then you can begin working on like your prereqs, like your math, your English, your psychology, and all of that. But you haven't been accepted into the nursing program. That's a whole different process to get accepted into. So before you can get, and I have a course where I explain like A, B, C. Before you can actually get accepted into the nursing program, you have to complete your prerequisites and you have to take a pre-entrance exam. At GPTC, you were accepted into the school. So it's different. That's what's tricky about nursing school. People don't understand that you get accepted into the school, but not into the actual nursing program, right? There's a whole process just to get accepted into nursing school. You have to pass what's called the TEAS exam. And if you go and research this, it sounds like, oh, I got that. It's going to be easy. But baby, it's not. I did not pass it the first time that I took it. I was like off by like 5 or 10 points. And so I reached out to the school and I was like, should I still apply? And surprisingly, she told me to apply. She was like, that many people didn't apply to the program this time around, so go ahead and submit everything. Yeah, I'll put the link in the description of this video. I'm sorry, I don't know how to put it in the comments now. I'm new to this whole life, but yeah, I definitely say GPTC, you're on the right track. I would stay exactly where you are. It's a really good program. I didn't come out of pocket not one dime at GPTC because I was able to get the grant and I was able to get the scholarship. And then in addition to those two programs, I wasn't working once I got accepted into the actual program. So then I also got WIOA. So WIOA pays you on top of you already getting the grant and the scholarship. So I was getting every semester probably about like $2,000 back between the 3 programs. So I definitely recommend GPTC. You can definitely do this, Brittany. I'm so happy you're gonna become a nurse with me. Yes, I am so excited to hear that. We need you. You can definitely do it, mommy. And I did it, girl. I had 2 kids at the time when I did the LPN program. So yes, do it. Please do it. Okay. Yes. Continue. And most of when I was working on my prereq classes, I was working as a dialysis technician. Yes, I'm super excited. You know to keep reaching out to me. You have my personal number, so reach out to me with any questions. I'll be more than happy to help you. More than happy. We need you. We need you. We need you. So yeah. Once you finish those prereqs, the next thing is T's. Oh, and there's a T's group. I'm gonna put this in the description too. There's a group called, I think it's like T's 5 is the most recent one on Facebook. And they just post all day long about like what helped them to pass and what they studied and all of those type of things. So I'm gonna add you to that group, and I'm gonna make sure that I put it in the description of this video. Oh, that's the sweetest thing that you could say. Thank you so much. Yes. And you know what's so funny? I wasn't going to share any of this. Like, my intention was never to share any of my nursing journey at all. But I kept feeling God tell me to share. I kept feeling a pull to share. It's just so many people who don't know like this information, right? And so with that, a lot of people are going into so much debt, like from nursing school. And the crazy thing is I have student loan debt, but it's from me doing the aviation program before I started nursing, right? I have zero debt from nursing school. So I'm like, people have to know this. God is like, I didn't take you from tech to master's degree in nursing just for you. So once I started feeling the pull to share, I just started sharing, and I got so many DMs, so many messages saying how much this information is needed. I don't know if you checked out the interview that I did with Jason from Nurses to Riches, and he really just pushed me to, you know, create the courses and the ebooks and all of this just to let people know, right? Because if nobody tells you, you don't know all this. You don't know that you could get through a nursing program for free, right? So yeah. Oh yeah, you went with me to that school, right? To the aviation school. I think you were with me there. I was studying to be an air traffic controller. So yeah, that didn't work out. I ended up going to nursing school. Well, first I did the dialysis program. I did that 4-week program at a school here in Georgia. I think I paid like maybe $700 for that program, and then I sat and did the dialysis, the CCHT exam, and then started working with them for 3 years, and then went back and did the LPN, and then the LPN to RN, and then the bachelor's degree, and then the master's degree program. Yeah, so you guys check out the ebook. I mean, I made it super cheap, $10, because I don't want people spending $60,000 and not being able to sit for this exam just because you didn't know that you needed to make sure that it was accredited or board approved, or, you know, a high NCLEX pass rate, that you're going to get an actual good education at these programs. At these schools, I'm sorry. So yeah, I made it very cheap. So if you know anyone considering the nursing program, please share this information with them, because there's really no reason, in addition to, like, you know, the federal grants and scholarships and all those things, in which if these programs don't meet these criteria, they're not going to get federal federal funding. So you may not be able to navigate through these programs for free, right? If they don't meet these criteria. So it's very, very important, because it helps you financially. It helps you to be able to pass in the NCLEX, to sit for the NCLEX, and then to become licensed. So it's very important information. So yeah, I definitely recommend GPTC. I had another friend that went to GPTC, and I actually got to pin her into becoming a nurse. She asked me to pin her at her pinning ceremony, which is a ceremony they do at the end of the program. Yeah, it's a ceremony that they do at the end of the nursing program. It's really amazing. So I definitely recommend that school. Once you want to bridge from LPN to RN, Albany State was a good program. The only thing I didn't like about that school was that like their financial aid department was not on it. Like they had a lot of issues with the financial aid, and I didn't like that. But I also got accepted into a Coney Fall line. So that's another school, and I've heard good things about them. So when you finish the LPN and you're getting ready to bridge, that's a good school to consider. So do you guys have any more questions? Any more questions? Okay, I don't want to hold you too long. I'm going to start going live more often. Maybe about once a week or every other week. So then I'll like broadcast it on all of the social media handles that I have. So I'll put it in the description of this video so that you can know, and that if you have any questions, you can ask. So yeah, so I'm gonna start going live more often so I can just answer questions, because I get a lot of DMs and I don't really respond to everybody, because sometimes it's the same question over and over again. So going live will help, because then everybody can hear it all at once. So this is like my first real time letting everybody know I'm going live and then actually going live. So yeah, I hope I did okay. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching this whole thing. If you still have questions, and go ahead and comment them in the video, because I'm going to post this. If you have questions after this live is over, I will still get them and I can come back and answer your questions. But you guys, go over and get the ebook if you're considering nursing school. It's a very, very good ebook, very affordable, to just basically help you to navigate and find these programs. Yay! Thank you so much, Brittany. Thank you. So you guys share, and hopefully I'll see you next week. If not, the week after that, because I'm going to start going live more often. I'm getting so many questions about remote nursing and case management, and then how to navigate nursing. So I want to start going live so I can just answer more questions and be more helpful to more people, right? So thanks for watching, guys. God bless you. Have a great, great weekend. Love you guys. Bye-bye. I don't know how to end it.